I'm not even really sure where to start with this. You know, what I'd really like is to, well, I'd like to be president, but I haven't even gotten 100 people, subscribers on my YouTube channel. But that's just what I'd like to do for a little while, you know, while I'm, you know, because I think that would make it easier to you know, like I want to make heaven on earth, and or paradise, or, you know, I'm not sure what the I'm not sure what the right word for that, you know, that's supposed to be, but I know what people think, you know, when they think heaven. They think, you know, life being, you know, a gift, you know, that the experience of living be nothing but, you know, pretty much all joy and happiness, you know, and beauty and fun and family, you know, familyness, family togetherness and stuff. And I, you know, I'd really like to I'd like to do that. And now, so one of the things that I've learned is that I'm very good at like making things beautiful. Now, when I say that, you know, I'm, you know, landscape and stuff like that. So I'm good at that. And I've made some beautiful kids. They and you know, I've had lots of real. I've really had a lot of beauty in my life, or a lot of beauty is part of my life, and that's been that's that's been a good thing too. You know, a lot of times I want to say, you know, what I'm really good at is love, and I am. I'm very good at love. I think I'm better now at being able to love people than maybe that I've ever been, but at the same time, you know, you know, there's a saying, you know, that something about, you know, well, you can see how good at you are at something by the results, but that's not always true, because you can love people and people not care that you love them. Maybe that says something too. Maybe there's another way to love them so that they feel like they care about it, you know. You know, unfortunately, because of the world that we live in, some people feel like money is love, but actually I think that's not true, because you have a giant stack of money sitting on the table, and if you're sitting there by yourself and you have nothing else to do, the money isn't very fun, and it doesn't hug you, it doesn't do anything. Really, only people can love you, right? And so I'd like to create an environment where people are able to do that without a bunch of stress and stuff like that. That's something that I'm very good at, and I'm very good at. I want to say I'm very good at. Well, shoot, right at this moment, right now, I'm very good at having faith in people. That's why I keep making these videos, because I have faith that, you know, that one day somebody's going to go, "Hey, that guy he don't give up. He's going to have faith in us until we finally show him that he put his faith in the right place." Yeah, so it was funny, because I was thinking about having a cigarette when I said that too, because I sometimes I feel like having a cigarette, because nobody's been really showing me that I've been putting my faith in the right place with them yet. But you know, you do what you got to do until the day that people go, "Hey, you know, that guy who loves us, he's had faith in us for a long time. Let's show him that, you know, that we love him too, and that he's been putting his faith in the right place, and that there's certainly nothing wrong with the idea of wanting to make heaven. You know? We call it planet Earth, but I think we should have called it planet Heaven, because that's what the plan really should be, right? We should planet Heaven and then, you know, do the plan, you know, work the plan. But this this video is about much less than that, I guess. It is and it isn't, because until people have enough faith in me to let me make all of Earth heaven, or every part of Earth heaven, you know, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to have an RV resort and campground. Now, I'm not talking about a Honda CRV resort and campground. We can find I'm talking about camping resort. Look at this. You know, and then you know. I love this place, and I'd really like to have an RV resort and campground here. I have all these great ideas, and I've put actually a lot of work and love into this place. My folks will tell you it's their house, and so somebody before them, you know, I gotta just say some of these things because it's true. So I think this house has been owned by 3 people, or 3 families, including my mom and dad. First family bought this place and, you know, paid, I don't know, $200,000-$300,000. Then the next family bought this place and paid $200,000-$300,000. And then my folks bought this place and they paid $200 or $300. The house was built one time. And when it was built, when the people that were building it were done building it, it had already been paid for then too. So this house has been paid for 4 times. And it's only been built once. What do you think? Somebody figured out how to dupe everybody. Everybody got tricked. Even I was for a long time. Even I am today. I just don't know how I'm being tricked today, but somehow somebody is. You know, maybe it's the fact that that I think that living isn't a gift. I think that it's supposed to be, but it isn't, because we're born into national debt, or at least that's what people have said. Now, obviously, you're not actually born into that, except that your parents agree that you are, and their parents agree that they were, and their parents agree that they were. Now, my kids weren't born into national debt, because if somebody asked me, is it okay that we have national debt to transfer to your kids? My answer is no. And in fact, if you were to ask me, and if somebody had asked my parents, I wish they had said this, and if somebody had asked their parents, I wish they had said this, and you know, but if somebody asked me, I would say my kids are born free, and that they always get to be free, and they get always get, you know, they didn't ask to be born, so and neither did I, that I remember. Now maybe I did, but if I did, it was some. Maybe I thought, you know, hey, I'll go there and you know, I'll get them to see, hey, man, you know, there's not supposed to be a price for living. It's supposed to be, love each other. I want to work. I want to turn this into the best RV resort and campground. I wish I could do that without having to have any money and without having to ask anybody to pay any money to stay here. I wish that was the case. I wish I could do that. And I would wake up eager and happy and excited every day to get to work. Now, that's not saying I work every day. I mean, I'm sure everybody likes to take days where they, spend just time with their, I say family, and then I think about 7 billion people, but I'm talking about immediate family. Although my immediate family has shunned me, but I love them anyways. Not that I love them, I should say, I'd say I love them in spite of the fact, but it's not in spite of the fact. I did something for my mom and dad the other day. I mean, they shun me. They don't invite me to lunch or dinner or breakfast or anything. But my mom says, well, there's an open invitation anytime. But, if my dad was in another room and she had dinner done, she'd go say to him, hey, it's dinner time. They don't do that. But I cooked them breakfast the other day. Well, I made them pancakes anyways. And I didn't do that because I feel like they love me or anything like that. I just did it because I'm loving them. Even though I feel sad, I feel betrayed by them. I feel like they don't care at all about any of my hopes or goals or dreams. They sure don't express it. But kind of, I guess part of my job that I don't get paid for is love people anyways. And it should be nice if I could, either get paid for that or be able to live free in what's supposed to be a free country. I'm trying to figure, there's two definitions of free from what I understand. That's not under someone else's control. In other words, not being forced to do things or or coerced or any of that tricked or any of that stuff, and the other definition of free is without cost or payment. So when we say it's a free country, what definition of free that we're using? Because I can't figure how either one of those work. Anyways, but that's not that's not what this video is about either. I like to have this campground RV resort. That would mean that would mean that either my parents would have to free me. They would have to free me. They would have to let me live in a free country. Or I would need to get about maybe $400,000. Well, I think they're putting on the market for like $429,000, $430,000. 430 DC, 43 DC. Anyways, that's a White House. So I'd need to raise like 420. Actually, I need to make more than that because there's, I would need to put the spaces in for the RVs and all the hookups and stuff like that. And I want to add a little putt-putt golf course. I want to do some like a lot of landscaping. This is stuff that I want to do mostly myself if I can. I mean, with like doing the electrical and stuff, I'd need help with that. But the landscaping stuff, I like to do that. And that stuff you gotta, maintain all the time, so it's fun. You keep adding to it and making it pretty and stuff like that. And I like to do, waterscapes and all that kind of stuff. And I'd like to put in a big water slide. And, I'd like to make walkways in the garden so that when it rains you wouldn't get all muddy and stuff where people are getting fresh veggies and stuff, while they're out having a picnic right out here. Having lunch or something like that. So I'd actually had to, you'd have to fund me like $500,000 in a month, and today is the 21st, so I'd have to start getting about, I don't know, $15,000 a day or something. That'll be $17,000 a day. $17,000 a day. That's what I need. So that you know. Now, this is where I'm not sure what to do next, because sometimes they say, you should have a plan B in case plan A doesn't work out. Plan B, plan A, planet Earth, planet Heaven, plan. What kind of plan is it? But what if that doesn't happen? What if that doesn't happen? I sure hope it does. What if it doesn't? If it doesn't, then I'd want to take the, I'll show you. This is my this is my Lincoln Town Car limousine. I got this because, I was, I've been trying to find some land for an RV resort and campground for going on 3 years now, 2.5 years, something like that. And either the land was too expensive, or either the land cost too much, or it doesn't matter how I say that anyways. Or the folks weren't flexible enough with me. I'd say, well, hey, I can do this, and what if I do this, and we and I pay for it over time, or something, something like that. And people would say, no, I'd just go to a bank and stuff like that. Well, the problem is, it shouldn't be a problem, but I've been a delivery driver, right? Food service coordinator, whatever whatever. At a pizza place, and so to finance $500,000 house, or a piece of land or something like that, they want you to have 2 years of all this paperwork and stuff like that. It's now, here's the thing. See, my job as a pizza guy, was most days being a hero, right? Because pizza guy or pizza girl. I say that because the last person that brought me pizza was a girl. They're the hero, right? And either that, or we're making mom and dad the hero, however families see it, sometimes they see it both ways, but so that, and I'm real good at making things beautiful, and I've done a bunch of that, and so I've tried to either be the hero or make things beautiful or do stuff like that, and I'm having a difficult time trying to just I want to thrive, but I'm having a difficult time just trying to survive. Now, other people can build things that blow things up, that cause pain and heartache and destruction. I'm talking about army tanks and machine guns and hand grenades and those kinds of those sorts of things. And those people get to live lavish life of luxury, and I'm trying to just get some luxury going, and I can't, because a lady showed up here with a gun who gets paid, I would imagine, over $100,000 a year. She came out here with a gun and told me that I had to, if I wanted to do this business so that I could make, the reason I started this business is so that I could make some money, more money, because I couldn't figure out how to get people to work with me so that I could have a campground and RV resort. Now, I'd like to be the Savior too, but people would have to have faith in me for that, and they'd want me to be Jesus, and Jesus is actually a plural name. It's about everybody, but that's why it's Jesus, but anyways, that's again where. So I started this. I thought, hey, and this is a miracle. I mean, it's a miracle that I got this. Working as a pizza delivery guy, it's a miracle that I got this. But I had to do a bunch of work on it, bunches of work on it. But I've got now where to go. But then, and licensed and insured and all that kind of stuff, and. Then a lady from the DMV came out here with a gun to say that that I can't support myself, and I can't work to try and better things for me and for other people unless I pay them money and fill out all their paperwork and stuff like that. So I don't actually have the right to live unless I pay for it and be informed with all their paperwork. Is it okay if I live? Is it okay if I support myself? If I pay you this much money, can I support myself? Yeah, I'm frustrated about that. I'm trying not to be. Get past that. So, that's what well, now I can't do that because I just can't do any more of this paperwork stuff. I mean, I just, the filling out, forms to, is it okay if I do this and all? I can't do that anymore. I just can't. And I can't pay somebody just so that I can have the right to live. I mean, am I supposed to have to pay to have the right to live? I was born here. Nobody said, hey, do you want to be born in a place where you have to struggle and get, have no education and stuff like that, and work until you're so old you're retired. That's why they call it retirement, right? Because you keep getting retired because you've been working so long until you're finally so old that you can't do the stuff that you want to do when you get done working. But I don't want to actually be done working. I like to work. I like to have fun and work and make things beautiful, and I'd like to have an RV resort and campground. I'd like to do that maybe, all my life. I don't know. That might change. I might want to do some other kind of work. But right now I can see that as something that I would like to do a long time. Until I couldn't actually work anymore. That doesn't mean I wouldn't want to go on vacation and stuff like that. But I don't look forward to this idea of retirement, of just working, at a thankless job, and to just not have enough money to survive when I'm old and want to go do things, but now I'm so old that I can't do things. I think about other people, and they retire, they get so old, and I like to go hiking and stuff like that, and what right now I'm 48 years old. I don't have any money left in savings really, I've gotten some debt trying to improve my life, and then was told that I didn't actually have the right to do that, that I had to pay to be able to do that. Anyways, so yeah, I want to work. Well, if I can't have the resort, if I don't make the money for that, if I don't, if I don't get funded or freed or something, then I thought, well, I've got this thing. I could turn this into an RV, unless somebody wanted to trade me for an RV or a cargo trailer that I could convert into RV, because I'd like to do that kind of stuff. I like being creative, and I think I would like to try building an RV out of a cargo trailer. I've seen some neat designs, and I've made some really neat designs, and I think that's something that I'd be very good at too. Well, anyways, so I thought, well, I'll take this and I'll go around the country and I'll do nice things for folks. Maybe I can take some people to and from their weddings for free, and then I could do the outdoor landscaping stuff for people free, you know. Or, you know, if I have to, I mean, in this world, you know, if I got to, then, you know, maybe people would, I hate saying that, people would pay me to, and I know maybe I'm not supposed to, maybe I have this thinking all wrong. Maybe I should want people to want to pay me, but I really just would rather them want to love me, you know. But I thought I'd turn this into an RV and drive around. I've got another car that is you know, that I could actually pull a trailer on. You know, so that's another thing I could do. I could sell this, pay off some of my debt, and have enough money for a trailer and to kind of get going, and then I could build the trailer and go around the country and do that in a car that's much. It might be better to do that because it might be. Well, the car is. This is on this stand is called the newer stand, but the car is a new car compared to this one here, but I have about the same mileage on them, so because I really ran up the mileage as a thankless job. Well, I mean, some customers would thank you, but they don't. Most people don't realize how much mileage you put on a car. My boss didn't give a damn about how many miles Sorry. My boss didn't care about how many miles I was putting on my car. He didn't care about how much he was paying me. He didn't care when they said they don't give a raise to drivers. So that's why I had to leave that job, because it was like, you know, that I've been there for years and they don't want to give me a raise. I'm trying to improve my life and my circumstances and stuff. And you know, anyways. So I'm not sure what's the right thing to do here. You know, should I, you know, sell that car and turn that into an RV, or should I sell that car and get a trailer and do that? But I've had this car online, and not even one person has called and said, you know, hey, you know, can you tell me more about it or anything like that? And it's a beautiful car. It's a great car. I love this car, actually. And really, I mean, if I tell you the truth, I don't want to sell it. But I don't want to sell my regular everyday driving car either. You know, because I got this, because this was supposed to be me being able to do stuff for other people. And this is, you know, me being able to, you know, get around and, you know, I mean, so I don't know what to do, you know. But I'll show you what I like to do. I'll show you some of the things that I like to do. I mean, well, okay. I really like to have my wives. I really love my, I love my family, and I'd like to spend time with them. But until they want to do that, I mean, they don't call me. They don't call me and say, hey, I love you. It's thinking about you, and I know you've been doing a lot to try and, you know, do some things for yourself and other people, and, you know, is there anything I could do to help, or, you know, how's it going? You know, no. And that's not funny, but you know, what do they say? You laugh or cry, right? And so I'm trying not to cry. So these are the things some of the things that I like to do as work, and I'll let you watch this.
This is nice.
Look at that plant.
So that's it, you know, those are kind of some things that I'd like to do. Every time I go to make this video, either neighbors over there are mowing or neighbors over here are mowing, I keep saying, well, I'm going to wave. I finally just say, you know what, just make a video. So yeah, this is the beautiful land, isn't it? You know, any way that you want to have faith in, you know, in any of those things that you want to have faith in me in, if you want to have faith in me and you know, make it so I can have this place, and you know, if my mom and dad are watching this, if you want to free me, then I wouldn't have to be a slave, and that'd be great, right? Then I could be that'd be great. And then if you know, if that doesn't, you know, if they're not doing that, and somebody else is doing this, and you want to free me, let me turn this into an RV resort, bed and breakfast place. Man, I got all kinds of great ideas too, man. There's a big sunroom up there that make a great place to have, like, you know, breakfast and dinner for folks. You know, they could come and everybody could have, you know, as many people as, you know, wanted to. They you know, kind of a gathering place. You know, at least in the evenings, you know, we could have like potluck dinners and stuff like that, and we could have movies at night. You know, outside. We got a big place for that. Put a bunch of chairs on the tables on the patio and up on the deck. Yeah, it'd be great. Have a little driving range, putt-putt golf course. Got a little putting green here. I did this like 2 or 3 years ago. You know, then we got the playground. I want to build onto that. Make all kinds of neat stuff, and put walkways in the vegetable garden, and maybe put in an above ground pool or something like that. Maybe I don't know if a regular in-ground pool would work or not out here, but anyways, you know, I could do all kinds of stuff, man. I could do little, yeah, just horseshoes and croquet and it'd be great, and I could teach like classes on vegan cooking, or, you know, vegetarian style cooking. I eat mostly that way, and so that would be fun. And I do, you know, the mandala rocks. I could show people how to do that, and we could do that, you know, and other people could come, and, you know, people that are here, you know, on vacation and, you know, RVing and stuff like that, they have, you know, things that they can teach other people. We can have all kinds of little things going on here, you know. People could be sharing all their different talents and stuff like that. That'd be great. And if it takes, you know, if I don't figure out how to actually make it kind of like a heaven or paradise or whatever the right word is for it, you know, then you know, maybe you could fund me to either for this place or for a trailer, and I don't have much debt, but if I could just clear up that debt, then I'd at least be free enough that I could, you know, take the car around and free people as much as I'd be able. Well, that's what I'd like, and you know, if you could have just some faith in me, I could do a lot with that. I've talked to a bunch of people about that, and you know, I've kind of either been dismissed or laughed at or ignored. family has shunned me and rejected me. So my confidence level for talking to people isn't isn't the highest it's ever been. Well, here, let me see if I can work on that side. Oh yeah, and you should see what I do out here at Christmas time. It's pretty amazing, and I'd like to add to it every year, and people have gotten some real joy out of that, and that's another video on my channel. If you look at the videos on there, you'll find it. I could add it onto this. I couldn't I? But anyways, so yeah, pretty neat, huh? I'm gonna do this because just because I feel like I guess that's the video, right? Some of the things that I'd like to do, because I've been emailing like landscape companies and stuff like that. And, man, I've sent video resumes and all kinds of stuff, but because I need to at least work in some ways. But I like to live some kind of version in my life where I feel like I'm actually living my life and not someone else's idea of my life that has me being less than what I'm actually supposed to be. Even I have less versions of what I think I'm supposed to be, but that's because I haven't figured out how to get people to have enough faith in me to actually be what I'm actually supposed to be. But I mean, that's not to say that won't happen either. But either way, there's some versions of my life that I can live that I feel like I could be doing, at least in some way, of the things that I'm supposed to, things that I'd find happiness. Because what I realized the other day is pretty much everything that I do for myself, whenever I do something for myself, almost all the time, with the exception, well, even with buying clothes, but everything that I do that I'm doing for me, like I did a bunch of stuff out here, I do stuff out here even today, on my folks' house. Now I'm doing it because I'm tired of looking at the computer at times. I don't want to look at the computer, I go, oh man, I've sent these emails, and I've been trying to figure out how to do this and how to do that, and how I can get funded to kind of live some kind of fun version of life. And so I go, okay, I need a few minutes to not looking at the computer, and so I'll come out here and I'll do something, whether it's mandala rocks, or planting flowers, or putting flower seeds out, or moving plants from one place to another, different kinds of stuff, redecorating things, just because it's comforting to me, I guess, and because it's something that I enjoy, and but it gives me an opportunity to do something for somebody else at the same time, even if it's not for my folks, if it's not for me, then maybe for the people that live here next. They every once in a while they see something and they go, oh, look at that, isn't that nice? I didn't notice that before, So, that's why it was about this video was about don't shun me. Let me. You know what I really want to do? I want to find some ways to give you a little heaven. If I can't make every place on earth heaven, I'd like to make some places on earth heaven. That's what I'd like to do. I think I messed up this video. Sure isn't because I don't love you, because I sure love you, and I've been trying not to. Or, I can't say I've been trying to. Love you. All right.